Hello students, welcome to Legacy as Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about a statement that has been given by Union Home Minister of India Amit Shah in the Parliament while he was addressing and also was trying to pass proclamation to the president rule in the state of Manipur. So while discussing about this, he also has stated that in the past 4 months in the Manipur, there has been no report of any violent incident, and to some extent the president rules and imposition also is responsible for it. So what exactly he has said is that no violence has been reported in the state of Manipur. We know that since the month of May 2023, the entire state of Manipur to some extent was involved or engulfed in the ethnic violence that erupted between the two major communities of the state, the Kuki-Jo community and the Methi community. And also he has stated that Ministry of Home Affairs is soon going to convene a meeting of both the communities, again referring to same Kuki and Methi communities, and the effort is to find a lasting solution so that the peace can be restored permanently in the northeastern state. He said that the president rule was imposed in the month of February when majority of the MLAs said they were not in a position to form the government after the chief minister of the Manipur, the then chief minister we can say, Biren Singh, who come from the Bharatiya Janata Party itself, resigned on the 9th of February. While also he has stated that if you look at the violence that erupted in the state of Manipur, he has clearly refuted it had nothing to do with a case of riot or terrorism. It was simply a case of ethnic violence because of the dispute between two different ethnic groups of these states. And he also has said the reason behind this violence was because of the different interpretation of a High Court order. The Manipur High Court has given a particular order in the month of May 2023. So both communities have interpreted this order differently, and that is the reason behind the cause behind this particular conflict. He has stated that the Manipur High Court has made an order on the reservation benefits which was interpreted differently. So basically, if you look at the Manipur, the map of Manipur, there are several communities that reside here, but the major communities we talk about are Methis, which live in the Imphal Valley, making up 53.3% total population. Then we have the Naga that makes up 24.6% of the population, largely happened in the northern hills of the Manipur. And then you have the Kuki community residing largely in the southern part of the hills. They make up 15.6% of the population. Now, interestingly, both Kuki and Naga enjoy a tribal status, and because of this, under the Constitution of India, they have been able to receive a lot of reservation-related benefits, whether it is in the educational institutions or in the government jobs. On the other hand, Methis for long have demanded that they should also be given a tribal status. As of now, Methis are a non-tribal in nature, or non-tribal as classified by the Constitution of India. So this order of Manipur High Court that came in regard, where there was a possibility that Methi might be given a tribal status, that caused a lot of furor in the Kuki community, because they thought that if Methi also are given tribal status, the Kukis will be discriminated against, and the benefits that they are receiving, that will simply disappear and vanish. So it is because of this the conflict has erupted in the state itself. Now, if you look at the impact of president rule, the Home Minister has stated that 2 meetings with both communities have taken place, and the first attempt of the government in this regard is to establish peace. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has moved also the statutory resolution on the proclamation of president's rule in the Manipur in the Lok Sabha around 2 AM on the Wednesday. While making the resolution for this proclamation, he has stated that this house approves the proclamation issued by president on the 13th February 2025. If you remember, I told you on the 9th February, the then CM of Manipur, Biren Singh, resigned, and that is why on 13th February 2025, under the Article 356 of the Constitution of India, president rule was imposed in the state of Manipur. Now, as per law, this president rule, after the imposition of president rule, the proclamation has to be passed by both houses of parliament to continue in the state, and that is where the attempt has been made. Now, let us try to understand about the Article 356 of the Constitution, because the proclamation, the president rule has been moved in the parliament yesterday. So it effectively, basically, if the president rule is imposed under the Article 356 of the Constitution, it effectively transfers all the functions of the state government to the center, and the function of state legislature to the parliament, at least for that period during which the president rule is enforced. The only exception to this is the functioning of High Court. High Court still maintains their independence, and that remains unchanged even during the president rule. The process begins the president, on receiving a report from the governor, is satisfied why president rule or when president rule can be imposed. The simple reason and rationale is that when in a state a situation arises when the government of state cannot be carried out in accordance with the constitution, the provisions of the constitution, that deems it necessary for the imposition of president rules. So when a chief minister resigns, that means the entire government and this has dissolved, and that means again someone else has to form the government. But if the MLAs are not supporting anyone, that means the government cannot be formed in the state unless and until elections are held. And if the government cannot be formed in the state, that simply means that the government of the state is not able to function as per the provisions of constitution, and that is when the president rule is imposed. Now what happens next is that in this situation president generally issues a proclamation which can remain in force up to a maximum period of 2 months. So if you remember, 13th February was when the proclamation was issued, and that is why before 13th of April the proclamation has to be passed by both houses of parliament. Both houses in both Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha must approve it through a resolution before the period of 2 months expire, and that is why yesterday the proclamation has been introduced here. Now suppose that if the proclamation is passed, which generally happens because the party in India enjoys the majority, the ruling party talk about that enjoys the majority. So when it is approved, the proclamation of president's rule can be extended for 6 months, and again it can be further extended for 6 months up to period of 3 years if parliament keeps on approving it after the end of every 6 years. So that is the provision which is given in the constitution. Now if you look at the region of Manipur, the state of Manipur itself, Manipur is among the states which has seen highest instances of president rule, and this recent president rule which the Manipur is currently in is the 11th time when such rule has been imposed here. So that is something that is because of the internal situations, conflict, disturbances that Manipur has experienced time to time. The first time it was imposed was in the 1967 for 60 days. The longest was for a period of 2 years and 157 days between October 7, 1969 to March 22, 1972. So if you understand, I told you that the maximum duration after which the president rule can be imposed is 3 years, and already Manipur has witnessed president rule continuously between for 2 years and 157 days. So this is something that we can understand about this. Now before delving deeper into the topic and trying to understand the rationale behind the ethnic conflict and the way forward, I would want to bring your attention to the regular batch that we are going to start very soon in the Legacy IAS Academy on the April 17th, 2025. This is going to be a regular weekday batch where classes will be held in two sessions daily between 10 to 1 a.m. in the morning and 2 to 5 p.m. in the evening between Monday to Friday. Along with classes, we'll also be giving you frequent class tests so that you are aware about your preparation, the level of preparation, your strength and weaknesses. And also, along with the classes, you will be getting access to the mains based writing program as well. So this is going to be a comprehensive preparation for you, and prelims stage, mains stage, and even for the interview, we'll be providing you personal guidance program. Also, we'll ensure that your basic is cleared first, so NCERT classes are going to be conducted as well. And as we have a strict policy of maximum 40 students per batch, if you miss a chance of getting admitted to the April 17th batch, the next batch we are going to start is on the May 12th with the same features as before. And those of you who are preparing for this examination along with the full-time job, we understand that Monday to Friday it is very difficult to take out time, and for those of you, we are having a weekend batch as well, which will be run every Saturday and Sunday, full day class between 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That batch is going to start on the April 19th. It is going to be a full 1-year batch with same programs, same features and same facilities as that of weekday batch. And in the last, those students who are going to write their prelims in this particular year itself, we have a free all India prelims mock test. You can register on our platform as shown here, can appear in the test and then check your progress based on the results, can analyze that which are your strengths and weaknesses, which are the subjects where you need to work harder, specifically in the last few weeks of the examination. If you have any doubt related to the admission, the courses and the test series, you can give a call at this given number here. Now, if we talk about the particular reaction that we have seen from the opposition parties against the introduction, against the statement made by the Union Home Minister as well as the introduction of the proclamation of President rule, the Congress party, the MP Shashi Tharoor has stated that his party has supported the resolution for the president rule, imposition of president rule, and also his party, the Congress, has asked the union government should initiate dialogue between the two communities as soon as possible. And he also stated that the president rule should be used to restore the legitimacy of the state of India in the Manipur. On the other hand, if you look at the Samajwadi Party, the members have said that the opposition were continuously demanding for the president rule, and if it were introduced much earlier than February, then there was no need for such action to be taken and situation could have restored to normalcy much more faster. Trinamool Congress, on the other hand, had said, had we given importance to Manipur earlier, we would not have reached this stage, obviously putting the blame on the central government. Now, if you look at the Shiv Sena from the Uddhav Thackeray faction, so Arvind Sawant has said that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is still or yet to visit the strife-torn state. Medical students are suffering. The division between the communities should be healed. So obviously, a variety of reactions, as expected in a democratic country, is seen from the different party members. Now, though the violence has ceased in the last 4 or 5 months, the extent of violence has till now killed more than 250 people. Even some reported 265 people in the ethnic violence that erupted on the 3rd May 2023 between the Meitei and the tribal Kuki-Jo community. Now, we know that the main reason behind the violence is the fear that due to the tribal status, if it is granted to the Meitei community, it can cause the erosion of the access that the Kuki community enjoys on the resources of the state. And not only that, they will lose a lot of benefits which they enjoy today because of the reservation. So this is something we have to take into consideration while any negotiated peace solution or program is launched. So first of all, there has to be mediation so that a confidence can be built among both the community, whether Meiteis and the Kuki-Jo. And this can only be possible if mediation is being done by a neutral member. Such kind of persons, such kind of personalities who are respected, and basically we can say who are respected by both Meitei communities and the Kuki community, who both communities believe that they will not take any partial stand. Second, adoption of fairness and impartiality in the peace process is a key here, because if government seems to be favoring any one community on the expense of other, again there will be increase in the mistrust that can again trifle or what you can say the peace process and can again cause resurgence of the violence. Equitable resource sharing is something that should be kept in mind while reaching for any kind of settlement process, and that will satisfy both the communities. And there is a need of decisive action, because by looking at the internal problem, what you can call an ethnic strife, many of the external actors might take advantage of the situation as well. And we know that the northeastern India has suffered insurgency for a long period of time. There are many insurgent groups operating in this territory who are hiding in Myanmar as well. So taking advantage of the situation, it has been reported that many of these insurgent groups are trying to basically increase their presence again and try to revive themselves, and they have also started in several criminal activities, have involved themselves in several criminal activities such as drug trafficking as well as other kind of trafficking. So there is a need of decisive action against cross-border infiltration as well, and there should be a clear-cut counter-insurgency strategy as well in the state of Manipur if situation demands it. So this is how we can finally and ultimately reach a solution or reach toward a lasting peace in the state. So that is all about this particular video. I hope you got the idea what the Home Minister has to say about the situation in Manipur, how it has changed in last few months, how President rule has helped it, and what can be the way forward from here as well. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more such helpful content. Thank you very much.